Welcome everybody. Those that don't know me, my name is Tim Crowley. I'm Director of MIAA and we're organising today's event. So really pleased so many of you are here from across the Northwest. I recognise many faces, but some are new. We do run a range of events. I'll touch on that in a moment, but this is a very important one in terms of a full day event for us. And clearly, the important theme of the day, patient safety, it starts with the board, is a key theme that we worked hard on putting a great day before you. Now, we do have a challenge ahead of us. Last year in Manchester, when the snow was on the ground at this time of year, we had an event with Robert Francis came and spoke to us, and I know a number of you in the audience were there. We did that event in conjunction with the Northwest Leadership Academy. And I think a year on, much has happened in that period. I guess all trusts and CCGs indeed have reflected on Francis's report into the care at Mid-Staffordshire. We've had the Bruce Keogh reviews, and I know there are at least a couple of trusts in the room that have gone through that process, and clearly that has paved the way for a different inspection process via CQC. And we've had Don Berwick's report, a promise to learn and a commitment to act about improving patient safety in England. So clearly this is a day for us to consider whether patient safety has improved in that time, and those sorts of issues are a key part of today, of just knowing whether we are safer than a year ago, how trust boards understand safety as a concept, how we measure and monitor it, are key issues. And part of our organisation, MIAA, is probably known to many of you, but principally we do a lot of work with boards and use these events as key sort of milestones of giving you a space to network and to hear national experts across the Northwest without having to travel down to London. So these are sort of some of the issues from that, and we're thankful for your support of these events, but certainly we're keen that you bring others and share some of the practice with your colleagues. And I think those that have attended in the past, we've had the pleasure of working with Dr. Chris Ham, Chief Executive of the King's Fund, Sir Stephen Moss, former Chair of Mid-Staffordshire, and that was a particularly useful event this year, and particularly for chairs, we're running chairs learning series as well, which are fairly confidential environments in which key speakers are coming to talk to chairs, but we extend that as well to other board members. So those are key events that we're working on different series with organisations, and one particular series does relate to CCGs, because I know a number in the room today. So again, there's information in the packs with regard to that. And a little bit about our organisation. Is known to many of you maybe just as an audit organisation, and we work with many of you across the Northwest. But it is a chance as well. Much of our work has broadened, as audit and assurance does, into quality areas. We have a healthcare quality team. We have Debbie Rimmer here today, who heads up that team. Our Associate Medical Director, David Gozard, is here. And so they do support on a wide range of areas. So make sure, I know there's many here that certainly are not from finance, and you may not link with us directly often in your trusts and CCGs, but there's a great wealth of benchmarking resource and support that can be given through that work. So if you're not close to sort of some of the work that goes on through the audit plan in your organisations, have a word with us, and there's much that we can help on a whole range of added value issues, from board development and some of the work around culture and other tools that we're using at a range of trusts. So have a word with Debbie particularly if that's of interest. Just looking, before I close and introduce Helen, who's going to facilitate the day today, and really ask you the question about patient safety as your board assured. And this is really, do you know you're measuring the right things and are combining that measurement with a good understanding of what a positive safety culture looks like? Issues around communication founded on mutual trust. Do you have shared perceptions not only at your board but throughout your organisation about the importance of safety? at your board, and are you confident that the systems you have in place to prevent adverse incidents are effective? They're pretty broad questions, but challenging yourselves today, and Helen will work with you on that and explain that in a moment, of just what those actions might be for your board and how your board is actually measuring and monitoring.